Hello, Ashavans. Megas here on a beautiful day. If you're brand new to the channel, we're Zoroastrians. We are the Magi. Today, we're going to talk about fear. Fear can be so crippling. Have you noticed throughout history, if you're like me, I love reading and writing and words, and you see a common thread throughout history, thousands of years back, people don't change. Even destructive ideas and behaviors, their gods, their religion, their wars, their hate, their greed, ideas of government and education, things that do not work, but they will not deviate from them. It takes man so long to change course. Why is that? And it all comes down to fear. Fear of the gods, fear of the government, fear of the bullies, fear of death. And it can keep people in a state that is not reasonable, not forward thinking, not forward moving. It all comes down to fear. So we're going to be in Asha 11. We're going to be in Asha 15. And my desire for this study is by the end of it, you're not bound by fear. You don't find yourself stuck in a rut that you can't get out of that was built by fear. Flip over to Asha 11. Real quick for the new people. Asha by Winston Head, inspired by the 2,600-year-old Magi text available at Amazon. It's only $3.83. Asha 11 says, I will let go, my own ideas to receive God's idea. Now, when we're talking about God here in the Zoroastrian text, it's not like the gods. It's not gods and devils. This is a principle. It's the highest principle of good. Zoroaster means pure, pure light, pure knowledge, pure truth, pure information, unmixed, undefiled, undiluted. What do I mean by that? It's not one of those gods that are mixed. They love and hate. They can be at peace or war. They can heal or send disease. It's a purity. And this purity is of the highest principle of what we would call good. Matter of fact, the God is the Germanic word for good. But as you see with a lot of the gods, they're not good. So they're really not that highest principle of God. It says, removing the corruption puts potentialities to their proper use. You must burn out the impurities to find true essence. Purity is a must. To reach your full potential, to gain the highest possibilities and probabilities, it takes a purity. If your mind and heart is poisoned with false gods and education and ideas and stories that keep you bound in fear, you'll never move ahead. And anytime I talk about fear, I think of Meister Eckhart. And he said it so beautifully. He said, any talk of God that doesn't comfort you, it's a lie. That's not God. Don't fear that. Don't fear that idea of a God. It's not God because it's not the highest principle of good, because the highest principle of good always makes you feel good, feel safe, feel loved. Now, I know many people hearing that right now, that a religious spirit just rose up in them and they thought of 10 ways to come against what I just said there. You will find yourself always stuck in that rut until you can see God is pure good. You'll never reach those higher potentials. You'll never reach that peace. which we'll get into further in Asha 15. But let's stay on 11 here, because this is important about you letting go ideas and stories and gods that were maybe given to you from whatever country you were raised up in, the traditions, parents and grandparents, governments that demanded it, or there'd be punishment, religions that demanded you follow this God, or there'd be dire consequences. You have to set those down. Purity is a must. If your highest principle of God good isn't pure good, it will not benefit you. It'll keep you bound in fear. You'll always be begging out to a deity. You'll always be confused, always reaching, but never touching. If your vessel is mixed with poison, pour it out, fill it with pure substance. This vessel here is this vessel, this body, this mind. If it's mixed with lies, let the truth in. Let the light in. Stop fighting it. Quit building up walls against truth and love and light and a highest principle God good. What do you think is doing that? It's the lie. It's the fear. Fighting for survival. Those low frequencies, or you could say evil spirits. It says it takes a long time to purify a vessel, one drop at a time. That, in my opinion, is too much trust in time. Trust God, pour out your vessel, and let God fill you with himself. Flip over to Asha 15. Asha 15, I love so much. It's about truth, obviously. It's in the book Asha. But it's also a language. To tell the truth, to speak the truth, you have to know the language. And I think a lot of people don't take the time to learn the language of truth, of pure light, of that all good principle, God good. So that not only do you speak it with the sounds we make with our throats and air, but with the very energy and frequency of our life that we are. It says, giving true witness, a man will be saved. Only think and speak truth to yourself, and it will form. Think God's highest idea of truth, Asha, and live. This is what we want. We want to live better. We want to live good. We want to live out of fear. How do we do that? It says, we hold that highest idea of truth, Asha. Again, if you're brand new, Asha, it's so much. It's truth, yes. If you went word for word, it's truth. It's the spirit of truth. It's also that highest principle, God good himself. It's his very spirit. It's heaven on earth. It's the perfect creator's perfect idea. The only thing that could come from a perfect mind. It's bliss. It's pure. It's love without the hate, peace without the war. It's kind. It says, keep the power of truth in mind. Right after 11, we dumped out the low frequencies, the lies, those mixed gods and religions and governmental ideas. And we set down the fear and the hate. And we are allowed our vessel to be filled with such a pure love that those hate, fear, greed, jealousies, it can't live in this pure love. It's a light so pure that we're filled with because we poured out our vessel. This light darkness actually flees from. It's a truth so strong that the lie has lost all of its power over us. Right? When you know the truth and someone tells you a lie, it doesn't have that same power it had before. And it loses its fear. And this is what I want for you. I want you to realize that you've been lied to about who God is. God is just the highest principle of good. He has no attributes of the evil spirit. He does not get angry. He does not hate. He does not war. He would never allow his children to be separated from him. You are him. He is you. In God, you live, move, have your being. God is in you. You are in God. There is no separation. This highest principle of God, good. God is your life. That very life source in you that animates you is God. It's that spirit of life. It's that holy place that sin and death cannot touch. The real you. That never goes away. Is eternal and a beautiful, beautiful, pure light. It says, take truth and make it your model. This is Zarathustra, how he said, I who am attuning myself to Asha, to Vohumenyu, to truth, to Mazda, to wisdom, to love, to that purity. I find that divine spark and I match it with what I am. I am the love I was looking for. I am the peace. I am the joy. I create the atmosphere everywhere I go. I'm not looking for it. I am it. It says, then trust God. Trust that principle. Trust that language. Trust that truth. And I love this part. It says, and then you just let it be. Because it already is. You will see it already is. The kingdom of heaven, of Asha, heaven on earth, will open up before you as you hold this frequency, because now you're in resonance for it. You'll notice your mind is at peace and the fear is gone. Your home is more loving. Your interactions with others are more kind and joyful. It says, don't worry. Don't strive to make something happen. Don't try and force it. Just align. Go inside and learn that language. Know that frequency of pure light and pure love and truth and Asha, and that all good spirit, that all good God that's unmixed, undefiled, undiluted. That highest principle of God good, that in truth is you. It's always with you, and you're always with. And all the Magi said, Asha is, I love, love, love you.
Voices linger in the air. Ancient whispers call. Pull the holy words from the sky, speaking spells that never die. In the light of truth we find our way, with Asha guiding night and day. Spark, igniting hearts, igniting souls. With every breath we weave our fate. In harmony we become whole. From the sky, speaking spells that never die.